All right, good morning, Team Achieve. This is Coach Shaz bringing you another team call where I pretty much ramble on and hopefully somebody takes down some notes out of it. So we're going right into recognition. Congrats to pretty much the whole team for making almost a record week between coach signups and actual volume. There's almost 1,000 volume in my right leg, which is pretty much the majority of you guys. So 2014 is already off to an amazing year, and you guys are absolutely rocking it. So keep up the consistency for the entire year of 2014, and I can guarantee you, you will see more success than you probably even think you will, based on my experience in 2013. So moving into recognition, congrats to Tom, who brought in Megan Wilder. Phil brought in Edward Nickel. Phil is also at Success Club 6. And then I personally brought in Chelsea Pierce 2 days ago, and I'm at Success Club 16 so far for the month. So congrats to all of you who are out there staying consistent, taking the no's, and just working for those yeses. So moving forward, not a huge to-do list for me to talk about. The biggest thing is going to be the 21-day fix, because that is coming out in just about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks now. So most of you know that I had an amazing P90X3 launch. I got over 50 people involved with P90X3, most of them on challenge packs. And that was not because I waited until December 10th when it launched and I started posting and selling like crazy, like, hey guys, this just launched, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. Everyone, I can't tell you how many messages I've had from other coaches on other teams that they message me and they're like, holy crap, Chaz, how are you getting so many Success Club points? How did you sell that many challenge packs? What are you doing? What's your big secret? People are only seeing the Success Club points I've brought in. They're only seeing the yeses. They're not seeing the 1 to 200 no's I went throughout the entire year to get to the people who said yes for P90X3. So you have it's a numbers game. You have to put yourself out there, get out of your comfort zone, and just do it every single day. Take the no's. Make a list of the people that say no, because that just means not right now. It's not no, don't ever talk to me again. It's no, I can't do that right now. It's not the right time for me. So guess what? You stay in contact with them. Some of these people I would coach for free. I'd plug them into my free groups. And then, Kaylee, I'll give Kaylee a shout out. I did not ever once try to sell Kaylee anything. And she was in 2 of my challenge groups. And then when she felt she was ready, she came to me and asked about the Turbo Fire Challenge Pack. And boom. That's because I established the relationship. I did not try to be a salesman to her. I knew what her goals were. I knew how to motivate her. I was there for her as her coach to support her. And when the timing was right, she was ready to jump on board. And that's exactly what I did with the P90X3 launch. A lot of my people were people who told me no in the past, but I stayed in touch with them. I did not kick them to the curb just because they told me no. I got them into free challenge groups. I connected with them one-on-one often. And when the timing came down to it and I did one post saying P90X3 is launching, who wants to do this? Boom, all those people jumped on board. Well, not all of them on one post. It took consistency over like 2 weeks to get that. But the whole point being is for 21-day fix, I'm going to go over a few things, what you can do to prep for that now. So first, just a few things. Number one is going to be the Cancun trip is sold out. So what you need to do if you want to get on that trip, you need to go on to Cancun2015.com and get on the waiting list. There's no $200 deposit needed, but here's how the waiting list works. When somebody who is registered drops out, they're going to pick the person who has the most amount of Success Club points, and that person's going to get an email on the waiting list. That person's going to get an email, and you have 2 days to register and put your deposit down to get that spot. So that's more incentive for you to kick some major ass in 2014. Get those Success Club points racked up, because not only is that going to get you off the waiting list, those Success Club points are basically going to pay for your trip. For those of you that don't know already, there's a video inside. If you go to the top of the group, Team Achieve, under Files in Cancun 2015, there's a video that describes how to pay for your trip. have Beachbody pay for your trip. So you can get Success Club 5 for 9 months in a row and you get the trip. Or if you want to do what I'm doing this year, last year I did the 9 months in a row just because 5 was bare minimum what I was able to hit. I struggled some months to hit that. Now that I've got my business built up a little bit more, my personal goal is to get the entire trip paid for before I go to Summit, which is nuts. But like I always say, you guys have to dream big, set goals that you don't quite think you can hit. Because even if you set them really, really high and you fall a little bit short, you still achieve some amazing success. So here's how it works. You register, and every quarter, so every 3 months, you're going to be billed $250. And the whole trip is $1,000. So you're going to get those $250 increments. Now, before that $250 is billed, the first one is in March? April? Okay, yeah. So first payment's going to be in April, $250. But if you rack up those Success Club points, for every Success Club point you get, they're going to knock $5 off that. Now, if you hit Success Club 5 in any given month, your points double. Or I'm sorry, your cruise dollars double. So if you hit Success Club 4, you're going to get $20 off that $250. If you get Success Club 5, those cruise dollars double. So not only are you going to double your double your cruise dollars, but if you do that every single month, you can get there in half the time, which is my personal goal. So I'm going to have that whole $1,000 for the trip paid for by Summit. It's not even like I want to do this, I'm going to try to do it. I know for sure I'm going to get there. That's something I'm going to go through next is goal setting. So you guys, most of you know my story. We have a few new coaches on the team, so I recommend go back to our previous calls and kind of get a little bit of background on myself and where I've been. I've been with the company for 5 years. I never actually started working the business till about a year and a half ago. So when 2013 came around, I can't even tell you what kind of switch happened. I stopped having I'm going to try to do this. That would be cool if I could get this mindset. And I switched it to, I'm going to get there one way or another. I will get there. That's the attitude you have to have for 2014. You have to dream big. You can't set small, tiny goals and think, well, I know this is easy. It would be cool if I can hit a bigger one, but I'm going to go for this little one. Guys, skip the little bull crap. Go for what you want to achieve. For myself, being an elite coach was never on my agenda. I never believed I can get there because those are the top. I mean, we're talking top 100 in the company. And I never in my 5 years saw myself being there until this year. I think part of the reason was why number 10 coach in the company right now is Amy Silverman, who's a local coach here up in Portland. I've met her several times. And I have personally watched her go from an emerald all the way up to a 5-star top 10 coach. And the fact that I know somebody personally who has done that, it totally made me just take a step back out of my own head and go, why can't you do it? There is nothing that separates us from top 10 coaches. They stay consistent more than anybody, and they work harder more than anybody. And that's going to be me this year. So whether it be Emerald coach or Diamond or Star Diamond, or if you want to go elite with me, whatever your goal is, set it and bust your ass until you get there. The biggest thing is somebody said at Super Saturday, if you hit Success Club 5 every single month, you will become a 6-figure earner at some point. It may take a year for some people who are accelerated. It may take 3 or 4 years, but you will make 6 figures. You will make $100,000 in a year. And I don't know about you guys, but what other job can you sign up for where you, at your interview, imagine going to a job and sitting in an interview and they tell you, within 5 years, if you work really hard for us, we're going to pay you $100,000 a year. What job can you go to? And the best part is it's not going to start at $100,000. It's going to start at $100, maybe $1,000 in your first year. And you're going to give yourself a raise every single year. I know for myself, I almost doubled my income for 2013 compared to 2012. I gave myself a 50% raise. It's nuts. So I want you guys to be committed, not just to the team, not just to yourselves, but I want you to be committed to your goals. Make something like a dream board here. Make that dream board where you can see it every single day. I know one of the biggest things for me is that one right there. Paid in full on my car that I've been paying on for 6 years. And that thing is down. The loan started at $26,000 and it's down to its final $2,000. So I'm going to have that paid off by the end of February. And it's absolutely amazing because that's been our biggest payment ever. It's almost $500 a month and it's been that way for 6 years. That's going to be a huge blessing and a load to have off the shoulders. So you have to set goals. You have to make them visual. And you have to constantly keep them in the back of your head as if you're already living with that goal being accomplished. So that's pretty much what I wanted to hit on the head today with goal setting was don't be wishy-washy about it. Don't think how cool it would be. Don't want it. You have to seriously want it so bad that you have no other choice but to accomplish it. I know for myself, like I said, elite coach is non-negotiable for me. I will be an elite coach next year. And that's going to take an entire year to work towards, and I am ready to work harder than anyone else to get there. And that's the other thing too, is you have to be the hardest working person you know. You cannot be, if I'm trying to think how to word this the right way. There's the quote that you should not be the smartest person in the room. You should always be putting yourself in a position where you can learn and grow, which I completely agree with. I also believe you should be the hardest working person that you know, or be plugging yourself in with the right type of hard workers that are going to push you to work harder, which is exactly why you're on this team. I mean, I'm in this team here to help support you, but I'm working the business right with you. So you guys see how hard I work. And I hope that inspires some of you to step up your game a little bit more. Last one on that topic is quote that I don't know if I came up with it or not, but some of you may have saw Trista's P90X video the other night, and she said at the end, if you do not think you are worthy of it, you will never have it. And it's funny because that's something I just said off the top of my head. And then she goes, oh, I'm stealing that, put it in the video. But I love that. If you do not think you are worthy of it, you will never have it. I see too many people that, people I personally know, family members, clients, other coaches. I see too many people talk down on themselves, whether it be, well, I'm never going to have a six-pack. I can't do that. Or I can't be an elite coach. If you don't think you're worthy of it, you'll never have it. I think it's Mark Twain that said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Either way, it's all in your mindset. Have belief in yourself. Believe that you are worthy of it, and you'll get there eventually. It may, like I said, it may take a year, it may take 5 years or 10 years. Be in this for the long haul. Like I said, 5 years I've been in this thing. I could have quit easily in my first 3 years because I only saw tiny increments of money come in. But with the day I signed up, I said I'm going to be in this for the long haul. And within 5 years, really within a year and a half, 2 years of actually working the business, I was able to quit my job. I'm able to work from home. I'm able to run my own massage schedule based on when I want to do massage. And I'm able to run my life based on my schedule. I don't have to follow anyone else's. And it's an amazing feeling. And that's all within 2 years. You guys can totally do this in under a year if you bust your ass every single day, guys. So moving into kind of the next step, which is going to be the 21-day fix launch. So 21-day fix, there's tons of videos out there. I'm not going to explain the whole thing. You guys should know about the program. So 21-day fix is going to be great because it's targeting a little bit of a different market. Like P90X3, I had amazing success with it because it targeted people who want to push themselves. X3, holy crap, X3 is no joke. I know some of you guys are doing it. I'm on day 17 today, and I've been sore every freaking day for almost 3 weeks now. It does not get better. Dawn knows what I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
I was a week ahead. I was a week ahead of her, and I remember crawling around at her fit club, and she's just laughing. I said, "You wait, you'll see." And now she does.
I see.
Yeah, she sees it now. I'm on day 17, loving it, but it targets kind of the people who really want to work. And 21 Day Fix is not going to be like that. It's not going to be for the intense athlete who wants to jump around and do burpees all day long. 21 Day Fix is going to be geared for, I love the term that Trista used. She's going to do a Facebook post. I'm going to do one too, and we're going to call it the Fitness Virgin Workout. So this is going to be targeted, I'm assuming primarily for women who have just kind of been afraid to take the leap and do a program, to get plugged into a challenge group, because it's scary. I mean, put yourself in their shoes. They've been an introvert for their entire lives maybe. And we're asking them to take their time and their money and invest it into a program that's going to push them out of their comfort zone. There's a reason why so many people don't jump on board. So that's why you have to be a coach and not just a salesman. And you have to be there to get underneath that superficial bull crap that they put up. Get underneath that wall. Find out why they're scared. Find out what motivates them. Find out why they want to change. Then you start easing in. Okay, I'm here as your coach. I really want to help you. It takes investing in yourself. And the term I love to use is it's a short-term investment for a long-term gain. People are essentially, they're paying their own money to get healthier. One quote I've used before on people is I'll ask them about their goals and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, so you want to lose 100 pounds. Would you say a $200 investment is worth losing 100 pounds? 99% of people are going to say yes. And with the 21 Day Fix, it's going to be $160 for the challenge pack, and it's coming out on sale for $140. Shakeology alone is $130. So they're getting the 21 Day Fix for $10. And you can market it that way, and people are going to look at that a little differently than just saying 140.
Wait, it's coming for 140?
Yep.
Nice.
I know, that's awesome, right?
Yes.
Yeah, challenge packs, because, usually like what they did with P90X3 where it was $205, and usually they put challenge packs on sale for their launch, so it's $20 off.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I saw a couple coaches posting about that, and so I'm really, really excited to be able to market it in the aspect that, hey, you're getting on Shakeology and you're getting 21 Day Fix for $10. It's pretty much a no-brainer. The biggest thing with 21 Day Fix too is it's going to have those containers for portion control. Whatever you can fit in the container, you can eat type of thing. That's going to be another huge one because a lot of people out there don't want to count calories. They don't want to count this and count that and MyFitnessPal, and it's a pain in the butt to do that stuff. It's not for everybody, and so the fact that they're using a portion control system, it's going to be awesome. One of Trista's coworkers actually, who Trista said hates working out, has never wanted to do that stuff, and she was questioning the 21 Day Fix, and Trista was telling her about the workouts, and they're 30 minutes. You can modify them so they're easy. And she was still on the fence. I don't quite know. But the second that Trista said, well, it does come with a nutrition plan that allows you to use containers to portion control whatever you want to eat. And that hooked her. She was like, okay, let's do it. Just like that. So you have to find what is motivating people. Some people, they need help with nutrition. Some people, they want to work out. You have to find what route that's going to motivate them. So what you can do now is, I don't recommend, like I said, this is your business, guys. You can do whatever you want with it. This is based on what I did for P90X3 and what I've seen that works. When you are marketing and putting up your Facebook posts, don't do these huge, long, detailed posts on Facebook because they're not going to get a lot of attention. If you're scrolling through the Facebook feed, not many people like to read anything that's over 3 or 4 sentences. It's just like videos. Not many people want to watch a 1 hour long video, unless you're a coach and you like to hear me talk. So I recommend doing short almost like actually perfect example. The personal development that I'm reading, jab, 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 right hook. Seriously, every one of you should read this. It's amazing. And it's exactly the system I used to get P90X3 so successful. Too many coaches are out there doing these big Facebook posts of challenge packs and all that stuff, and it's like boxing. They're trying to take a big right hook and get the knockout blow on the first try. And they're going to do right hooks all day long and miss most of them. But if you set that right hook up with a few jabs first and then hit your right hook, that's in boxing, you're setting yourself up for the knockout blow. You just won. Now, as far as social media goes, you're doing tiny Facebook posts. So leading up to the launch, so when the launch happens and you do, let's say, your bigger post or whatever, you're going to get a lot more people ready to purchase. For P90X3, what I did was I opened up my challenge group early. So if you guys would be doing that right now. We have 2 weeks until launch. So open up the 21-day fix and call it the test group. People eat that up. People love to be able to test something out rather than a challenge group where challenge, just the word, will scare people off. So 21-day test group. And here's a great post that I did. I actually used this from Amy Silverman, top 10 coach in the company, and it worked out great. So I highly recommend using something like this. If I were to start a Facebook group where you can lose up to 15 pounds, not just 15 pounds, because that's a guarantee you cannot promise. If I were to start an online Facebook group where you can lose up to 15 pounds in 21 days, would you be interested? Short, sweet, and it's going to draw attention. Of course, people want to lose 15 pounds in 21 days. Then you message them, find out their goals, get underneath that layer of BS they're putting up. If you ask them why they want to change, they're going to tell you, I want to lose weight. I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to lose 100 pounds. I want to get healthy. All those superficial answers. Dig deeper. If you lost that 50 pounds, how would your life be different? How would you feel? How would you feel about yourself? How would your family feel about you? How would that affect your relationships? How would that affect everything else? Get underneath, ask questions, dig deeper. And then you can get into, okay, well, here's what the test group is about. Send them the 21-day fix video. Reassure them that it's all based on portion control, all that kind of stuff, whatever is going to fit their needs best. And then you bring up, okay, well, the challenge pack option is what I recommend for this test group. And usually how I do the challenge pack intro is what I tell them is it's going to include your 30-day supply of Shakeology. It's going to include free shipping. It's going to include your actual program. It's going to include the nutrition guide with the portion control containers. And it's also going to include the 30-day trial of your club membership. It's going to include me as your coach and my test group and all my coaching involved with that. Like I like to do videos, so I always tell them I do coaching videos inside the group. Now that's a lot of individual stuff, and I'll add that up and tell them like I haven't added up 21-day fix yet, but for P90X3 the challenge pack was $180. So I told them you got your P90X3 nutrition guide, Shakeology, me as your coach, the test group, free hat, there was a bonus workout, and the nutrition guide. All of that added up to almost $300. And so I told them that. I said, this retails for $300. But right now for this month, it is on sale for $180. So you can do the same thing with 21-day fix, because when you show people how much they're saving versus how much just the program is, they're going to view that savings like, holy crap, that's a good deal. And I think that was the big right hook that I used for P90X3. I got like probably a 75% success rate. Out of my whole list I had, almost 75% of those people said yes to that challenge pack. And I think it's mostly because I showed them how much they were saving. 180 versus 300. Most people are going to look at that and go, holy crap, that's a lot of stuff for not that much money. And I had people, again, like Dawn did the same thing when I got her on a challenge pack a year ago. people, if they want it bad enough, they will find a way. They'll go through their house and sell stuff. They will work extra and make the money. People, if they want it bad enough, they'll stop making excuses. So that's essentially the biggest thing I did for P90X3. So do that with 21 Day Fix. Do your small jabs. Get your list built up, create an actual list. I did it on my computer for P90X3 because it was way too much to handwrite. Usually I like to handwrite. I like to use my little notebook. But yeah, when you get a big list, I recommend the computer. So I was typing out my huge list of everyone that said they were interested. Then I followed up with each one. I took notes on each one based on what they said, whether, like common ones for P90X3 was, well, it's Christmas time. I'm a little bit broke right now. So I'd say, okay, that's no problem. Would you like me to follow up with you at the end of January before February? Most people said, yes, that'd be great. So I'm going to follow up with them next week. So usually that 4-week mark is a good follow-up. What I found, always ask them, just say, would you mind if I followed up with you in a month? Or, if they say no, then okay, have a great day. Keep in touch with me. And then, check in with them every few months or something. So get your Facebook group set up now. Just do small, interesting posts. Get something that's going to catch someone's eye. Then talk with them one-on-one. If you give out all the information right up front in a huge Facebook post, don't be surprised if you don't get anybody. I've made the mistake several times of doing that. I've done huge, what I think is motivating posts that are like 3 paragraphs long, and I wonder why they get 4 likes. People don't want to read that much. It's Facebook. It's a news feed. They're scrolling on their phone like crazy. They just want to see short stuff. So make it short and motivating. Like recently, you guys probably seen my Facebook where I've been doing something called my Real Talk series where, some of them I go off on a little tangent, but for the most part, I'm trying to do just real talk and just be blunt about stuff. And, I may just say 1 or 2 sentences about no excuses and just staying motivated, that kind of stuff. And those things have been getting tons of likes. And I think it's because they're short and powerful. So do that with your inviting process. So Facebook group, get that set up early, which would be now. And then you're going to go into setting up your actual list. Start going through that list and find the people who are serious, plug them into the challenge group now. And then the coolest part about my P90X3 group, when I started it 2 weeks early, obviously nobody had the program. It didn't come out for 2 weeks. But the coolest part was because they were all plugged into the group, they were all talking to each other and keeping each other excited until the launch. That took the pressure off me to keep them motivated, because I personally have seen this happen too many times where I guess a couple people for a launch, like when Insanity first came out and stuff, and I didn't add them to any group. I kept them all separate, and I would message with them individually. So when Insanity came out, I'd touch back with them and say, okay, we talked last week. Insanity is out. Here's the link to buy. And they're like, well, I've been thinking about it, and I just don't know if I can do that right now. But if you plug them into the group and they're in there keeping each other excited and talking to each other about the big launch coming up, it makes it so easy on you guys. So when that launch day comes out, you just have to send them the link, and most of them will purchase, and just keep following up with the ones that don't. Aside from that, that's pretty much the biggest thing I can recommend for you for 21 Day Fix. So hopefully you guys got something out of that. That's personally what I did for P90X3, and I had great success with it. So that's kind of my formula, if you want to call it. We all know in this business, there's no secret 1, 2, 3, and sell a challenge pack step. Find people's goals, stay in touch with them, build relationships, and the success will come if you stay consistent with it. So aside from that, I was going to go through, shout out to Paul and Don, who did last week's homework. In last week's video, I had asked everyone to write out their goals, whether it be like on a vision board, like right here. I have my goals on my whiteboard. So I asked everyone's homework was to post, take a picture of your visual board of your goals and post inside the group. So shout out to Paul and Don for accomplishing that.
Get out.
All right, so I'm just going over my Super Saturday notes I took last week. Money and time are excuses to stay in your own way. That was a big one. So that would be a good quote to probably share on your Facebook, just to target those people who use time and money as an excuse. Be in this is for you guys. Be in this for long term. If you hit Success Club 5 every single month, which is only 3 people per month on challenge packs or 2 challenge packs, 1 Shakeology, you'll hit 6 figures eventually if you stay consistent with it. And the cool part about that is it amazes me that we only have to do 3 sales a month to hit Success Club 5 and to eventually build a 6-figure income. What other sales job do you show up and only do 3 sales per month? Any salesperson would get fired. So that part always amazes me, that we are in a business where if you do 3 sales a month and do it every single month for a year or two, you're going to make $100,000 a year. It just blows me away. Same work equals the same result. And this can work for both business and weight loss. You know, we all know some of our customers that are excuse makers, and they're stuck in their own way, and they make up excuse after excuse after excuse, and they're going to be doing the same thing all the time that's obviously not working, so they're going to get the same result all the time. So do something scary. And the same thing with the business. If you've been doing a certain thing for 2 years and you're not making more than $10 a week, you should probably step out of your comfort zone and do something different. Because if you do one thing for a year straight and it doesn't work, move on and do something new. Do something scary. Start a blog. Create 1 piece of content per day. And that can be a blog post. It can be a Facebook post, a video. Do something every single day that's going to add value to somebody, that's going to motivate people, inspire people. And I highly recommend a video or a blog post over a Facebook post or an Instagram, because Facebook and Instagram are temporary. If you do the most motivating Facebook post that anyone's ever seen, it's going to be gone within 2 days. It's going to be down at the bottom of the feed. If you do a YouTube video or a blog post and it's extremely powerful and gets people inspired and people are going to it, it's going to stay at the top of the search engines. So that's what I recommend. We all start at 0. It's up to you to put in the work. That's always a good one, because too often, same thing with some challengers, we get some customers that they almost expect us as the coach to do the work for them. I know some of you guys can connect with me on this, and that's not my job as a coach to eat the salads and to do the workouts for my clients. It's up to the client to do the work. We're here to support and motivate and guide them. We're mentors. It's the same thing in the business, guys. I am here as your mentor. I'm here to motivate you and inspire you and do these weekly check-ins and these calls with you to give out as much information as I can. But it's up to you to take all the information and implement it. It's, I love the phrase knowledge is power, but I don't entirely agree with that alone. It's knowledge is power if you implement it. It's like some of the personal trainers you see in gyms that are 250, 300 pounds. Sure, they know how to burn fat and build muscle, and they can get their clients results, but they're obviously not implementing their own knowledge. It's the same thing with the coaching business. So just keep in mind that we all start at 0. The top 10 coaches right now, they all started at 0. Like I said, number 10, Amy Silverman, I know her personally, and I've seen her start as a struggling emerald. I've seen her start at ground 0, and now she's a top 10. I started at ground 0, and I stayed there for my first 2 or 3 years. Like I said, I finally just accepted the fact that I'm a business owner. I am a leader. I'm going to step up and start doing the work. So it's up to you to do the work. And the biggest thing is never give up. And that's a powerful one. Good story I like to share is Jason Croxford, my upline coach. The guy's easily pulling in 6 figures now. And I've seen him go from ground 0. We signed up within a month of each other. He signed up. He was almost going to quit the business until I came around and I was his first coach. Now, he's making like $120,000, $130,000 a year now. and it's all on autopilot at this point. It's all residual income. And we always talk about this too, like, what if you followed through and you actually quit before I came around? He would probably still be struggling at a Red Robin waiter's job, which is what he was doing. So don't ever give up. Be in this thing for the long haul. Like I said, I always tell that to my new coaches. Like Kaylee and I were just on the phone, like a week ago when you signed up, and I told you, give it a year. Be in this thing for the long haul.
Can I say something?
Go for it.
About like not giving up. I would say I have 3 sales going on right now, and I would say all 3 of these people talked to me end of summer area when I was just kind of floundering and figuring out the business. And I talked to all of them. None of them bought anything. None of them took my bait. But this month, I think that after I kind of switched to a point where I took it seriously, and then I took myself seriously, and I came off more seriously. And all 3 of these people, I sold Shakeology. I have a challenge pack that'll go through this week, and I have who is going to sign on as a coach so that they can get the Shakeology discount. But all of those people have watched me for a little bit, and just now are actually going to go through and buy something from me and go through this process with me. So if I had quit when it was hard because nobody was saying yes, I wouldn't have them. And had I not taken myself seriously and then come off as a serious coach, they wouldn't have come to me either. So that's my take on it.
That is awesome. And I love that you said when you took yourself seriously and you started to be a serious coach, that's when things started to shift a little bit, because
it's true. There was a definite shift.
Yep, exactly. Imagine going into a gym and you're going to sign up with a personal trainer, and you meet your personal trainer and they're 400 pounds and they're completely shy. I shouldn't say shy. Shy is, I'm shy. Everyone has points of shyness. I should say low self-confidence, not taking themselves seriously. So if you're meeting your personal trainer for the first time and you can just tell right off the bat, like, this dude is not serious. He obviously does not practice what he preaches. You're not going to take that person seriously. But if you walk in and sign up with a personal trainer, they are shredded as can be. They are a little bit, you can tell that, their chest is up, their shoulders are back. They give you a firm handshake and they say, I'm your personal trainer. Here's what we're going to do. Do you want those results? Here's how you're going to get it. You're going to take that person seriously, right?
Exactly.
Same thing with what Dawn just said. You are no different than a personal trainer. You are a Beachbody coach, and we offer at-home programs that people can absolutely change their lives with. Be a damn coach and be proud of it, because those are the moments that people are going to look at you, and when you're proud of what you do and you're confident with what you do and you take yourself seriously as a coach, that's when customers are going to look at you seriously and they're going to be serious, and you're going to attract the serious people who are going to hand their money over. Because we're in this for a business. We all need to make money with it at some point. But the point is, like Dawn said, take yourself seriously. Take this business seriously. Step up as a leader and a business owner. You are your own CEO. I am not your employer. I am the leader of my personal team Achieve. I'm your guys' mentor, but I'm not a boss. I'm not a manager. I'm not here to manage coaches. I'm not here to tell you what to do. You step up. You get creative with your business. You find what works for you. Take my advice and implement it on you and find a way that works for you. But there's a picture I'm going to post. I loved it, and you guys will see what I mean. But I'm a coach just like you guys. I'm here to be with you side by side. I'm not behind you with a whip telling you, do that blog post, do that challenge pack sale. I'm not here as a manager. I hate corporate jobs now. Now that I'm my own boss and I believe in mentorship and being equals, I cannot stand hearing Trista come home and tell me about how her freaking boss was managing her all day. I can't stand that hierarchy bullcrap that goes on. And that's why I'm so freaking motivated now as a leader to help you guys get out of that crap. Some of us are in 9-to-5 jobs still. And I know where you guys are coming from. I was at a spa I hated for 4 years. You can know all of the how-tos and the blog posts and the search engine optimizations and the science behind marketing. You can know all of that stuff, but it's going to be pointless if you don't have a why. And that's a whole nother video I can go on a tangent about, but you guys have to be motivated for the right reasons. You have to want to be better. And it cracks me up when people look at me now. They're like, Chaz, how do you stay motivated? How did you start? How did you not give up? Because one day I freaking looked in the mirror and said, I am sick and tired of being average, and I'm not going to deal with it anymore. And I put my foot down, took myself seriously. That's why I want each of you to be. I came up with the team achieve. I said the word achieve because I don't want to be team talk about it. I don't want to be team I'm going to sit on my ass on a couch all day long and think about it. We're friggin' team achieve. Get out there and start achieving the goals that you set. Be committed to what you committed to. This has been Coach Chaz. I'm out for the day. You guys have a wonderful day. Be blessed, and let's get out there and bless others. Peace out.
Peace out.
Bye.